Yes, I would like to play first. I will not keep this hand though. This hand's actually not really that much better. I have to go to 5. Alright, this hand is not great, but does have 2 Atogs and a Sun Chaser, so it's not all bad. And it's and I have the correct mana. Those other hands are just pretty much unkeepable. A Delver deck. What were we expecting? So yeah, that's the biggest problem, is there's a lot of fun decks in this format, but most people seem to be content to play Delver, and I'm not sure it's the best deck. Like, there are some fun commons, like there are some broken commons, but I guess Delver maybe has the highest amount of broken commons, which is what people like. So it's like blue-red Delver, okay. My opponent wants to bolt this Atog. I think I'm just going to let him. The bolt either kills the Atog or counts as a land destruction spell, so... it's Delver Fiend. Okay, this deck's pretty fun. That was a good draw. So, could play the Atog, but probably just going to go ahead and play the Sun Chaser. I'm not going to attack. The Sun Chaser is probably going to die to Bolt. Yeah, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. So, my real spells are going to be good here. My Edicts and my Doomblades. Mutagenic Growth, alright, sure. Unless he has Apostle's Blessing, I'm not that worried. Perhaps another Lightning Bolt. Yeah, Apostle's Blessing. Alright, that means that this game, yeah. That deck's pretty strong. Yeah, definitely bring in my Doomblades, Edict, and yeah, Pyroblast plays that Circle Protection Red. This deck also plays Nivix Cyclops, so Pyroblast is good against him. Once again, cutting the Wellsprings. Let's cut an Atog, a Mirror Enforcer, Chromatic Star, and Frogmite. Yeah, going to 5 is also very rough against this deck with the removal. I will play first. This hand is fine. It's got 2 draw spells, plenty of land, a creature. My opponent's gone to 6. Alright, so this turn let's go Prism. And then we're gonna... Okay. Well, we could go Flare Husk. Now I want to go Prism. Next turn we'll go Flare Husk, Chrome Star, whatever, shenanigans. But I like to maximize my mana. Alright, so there's the Fiend. Hope we top deck a removal spell. We did not. That's fine. Let's go Frogmite. Frogmite. Draw 2. Okay, that's a Doomblade. Much like Infect, I would just prefer to go ahead and get rid of it now instead of trying to 2-for-1 my opponent. Yeah, in decks where they're trying to pump their guys to be lethal, I think it's much better to go ahead and get rid of them on your turn instead of trying to get cute and 2-for-1 them, especially since, well, not this deck, but in fact plays Finds of Vastwood and Apostle's Blessing. This deck plays Apostle's Blessing, but, you know, no reason to try and give them an edge. Just snuff them out as soon as they drop on the field. Let's start by drawing some cards. Pyroblast is good. So we can play Flare Husk. And we can go ahead and play Carapace Forger. I'm leaving my Pyroblast down right now because my opponent's kind of stuck on land. Didn't play one last turn. It doesn't have a threat out, so there's no real reason to be worried about it. You know, these creatures don't have haste or anything. I wonder if Standard Bearer is good in this. You know, he can eat the Apostle's Blessings. Alright, well, Pyroblast is unfortunately no good against that card. Let's play Chromatic Star. Let's go ahead and pop it for a blue. See if we can draw into a Thoughtcast. Carapace Forger, not bad. Let's go ahead and play it. Let's play a Flare Husk. Let's swing, not with him. So now we have a counter to a blue spell. Good taste in lands here. So my opponent's Gataxian Probing, which is a-okay with me. Get Pro away. Sure, Preordain, fine too. My opponent finally gets his land. I will be blocking with both of my Germ tokens. Yeah, I think I still don't die, though. Team of Battle Rages. Good to know that it exists, though. That makes me do want to bring in my Standard Bearer. And cut a Flare Husk. Anything better I could bring in? No, this is good. Try it out. Hopefully not have to mulligan until 5 again. Yeah, we basically just need to draw into our removal spells, of which this contains none. This is a hard hand to mulligan, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. It might not be good enough against this deck, but this is not a bad hand at all. Lets me play a bunch of stuff very fast. My opponent's plays much better this game. Alright, no flippy on the Delver, I like that. I like it when their Delvers don't flip. So next turn could play the Atog, could play Frogmite, and then I would have a bunch of Frogmites out. Yeah, I could go Frogmite, well, land, 3 artifacts, Frogmite, 4 artifacts, other Frogmite, 5 artifacts. I think I can actually play the Mirror Enforcer next turn. Alright, I do like Seed of the Synod. Perfect. This is truly a force to be reckoned with. Come on, don't flip. Oh, it flipped. Into Apostle's Blessing. Opponent has no red mana though, which is good. Opponent doesn't do anything. Opponent concedes. Alright, well, that's the problem with playing in the tournament practice room, I suppose. Pauper is a very fun format, though. There's a lot of decks, and if you're looking to get into it on Moto, it's actually very cheap. This deck is probably 10, 15 tickets. Most of them are wrapped up in the Chromatic Stars. But, like I said, very fun format. Well, Pyroblast is actually kind of expensive. I think it's like 10 tickets each or something. But this deck is probably about 40 in paper. So, if what interests you, some people say it's not high-powered enough, but it is. There's lots of Delver decks, and I mean, those define other formats as well. You know, the Brainstorm is legal, Ponder is legal, Preordain is legal. It's basically Legacy without rares, and it's a lot of fun. Cranial Plating is not legal, just so you know. That's why I'm not playing it in this deck. But it's a very fun format, easy to get into, very cheap. A lot of deck diversity. I know that we played against lots of blue decks, lots of Delver decks, but there are a lot of other decks. There's an Elf deck, there's an Infect deck, there's even a Tron that was doing pretty well for a while. And then, of course, there's good old Affinity. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the show.